know where to start, so I'm gonna just start at the beginning. I'm not gonna be naming any legal names in this story time, so let's call the guy Kane. So Kane is 10 years older than me, and at the time that him and I started sleeping together, I was 16 and he was 26.
What the
now, this
fuck?
relationship lasted for a while without being discovered, probably a few months shy to a year. Oh, when my parents finally found out about the relationship, I decided that I was going to run away from home, which is how I ended up getting pregnant, not with Kane's baby. Of course, due to how I got pregnant, I didn't tell anybody, and I was honestly under the assumption that the baby was Kane's.
Damn. So, once again, see, this is what happens when you're young and fast.
Young and fast.
She was in a relationship, and once the parents found out, she decided to run
away.
And now
hey,
she
what the
ran
hell?
away, but then she ended up having a baby with somebody
Yo,
else.
so
Not
she was just
even
out here
the
thotting.
26-year-old that she was messing with, which is the first red flag. You're 26 and she's 16. What do you...
You feel me? You 26 and she's 16. I swear, let my daughter come home. Let me find out my daughter is messing with a 26-year-old man, and she's 16. I swear to fuck, I'm going to jail for child abuse and murder. Cause I'm beating my daughter ass, and I'm giving him 16 of them bitches. Cause since he like 16-year-olds, I swear to God, I swear to God, I'm going to jail.
What type of conversations do you have
And with a 16-year-old
with somebody that young? Even if you're 22, 23, anywhere
you
in
feel
your 20s,
me?
how are you messing with a girl that's 16, 17? Like, what do you have
Hell,
in common?
even 18. You 26.
What do you talk about with somebody that young? I don't know.
But should it be going on though? It been going
boom,
on.
Here comes the fucking drama. I know it was drama prior to this, but boom, here comes the fucking drama.
What's drama?
See? Once again, she's seen nothing wrong with it.
She ain't nothing wrong with
young. She says she's not calling him a predator, but her therapist is. But guess
That
what?
nigga's a predator.
He's definitely
a fucking predator.
He preyed on a girl that didn't know any better because she was 16. And the fact that she's however old she is now and still said, I didn't call him a predator, my therapist did, says enough.
And Shorty got a
16-year-old
therapist.
Me, almost 17, pregnant. So I'm a few months into my pregnancy. At this point, my parents know, my step-parents know, and I'm living with my mom at this point. And I would go off with Kane to live with him for weeks at a time, to spend time with him, because obviously he couldn't stay with my mom, and I was underage, so I couldn't move out. So
this nigga, so it isn't. What you mean? Cause I swear that, you know, we gonna let the video play. We gonna let it play.
The weeks that Kane comes to pick me up on the weekend, he comes driving someone's car that I know. And I know this person from when I was living with my dad. And Kane had brought this female around. Let's call her Kate. Kane had brought Kate around, but I didn't think anything sexual was going on between them two because I was 16 years old, and at that point, like
young
I said,
and naive.
I thought I was the only one.
Young and naive, being a thought.
So Kane comes to pick me up in Kate's car, and he proceeds to take me to Kate's house. And he told me that we were going to be staying there because he was house sitting for Kate for a while. So we stayed at the house, and when it was time for him to go and drop me back off, I started to put two and two together slowly.
Did you really?
I remember exactly where I was when I confronted him about whether he was sleeping with somebody else or not. I was in the driveway of my parents' house. Here I am pregnant, sitting in the car, talking to him, trying to figure out whether he's sleeping with Kate or not. And I guess I'm not asking the right questions because his narcissistic ass was not answering the question directly.
Yeah, because you're young. He ain't got to.
Asked,
he wasn't telling her nothing. He ain't answered the question because she young and naive, bro. He 26. She's 16. He ain't got to tell her shit. Like, I'm sorry for cussing, but like, this is disgusting. Like, bro, this is weird, bro. Like I said, there's a lot of weird niggas out there, a lot of weird ass men out there. And like I said, I know women be saying men are weird, and you know some of y'all just be talking sometimes, but in real life there is a lot of weird men. Like, you know how crazy it is that, like, you know how, like, I don't get it. What is the fathom? What do you like about young girls? Like, why? Besides manipulating them. Like, that's the only thing I can think of, bro. Like,
are you sleeping with her? Are you sleeping with Kate? He answered. So I'm crying. because he has confirmed that he has been sleeping with Kate, and I'm asking him for how long because we're together and he's cheating on me.
No, y'all not together.
And he informs me that him and I were never together and that we were not exclusive, so it wasn't.
Damn, you feel me? Damn.
He didn't drop the bombshell on her.
Boom,
But
drop
once
the bomb.
again, right? If you're 16, he's 26. What do y'all really see? But in her head, she's young and naive. She don't know any better. Like she said, she thought they was a couple. She thought they was something. In his head, he probably was just using her for the sex.
He
which
was
is kind of strange too because she's
weirdo.
16. You mean to tell me you can't find anybody your age?
No, so niggas be weird.
If that's the case, if you gotta pay for it, then
you go pay for it.
But you mean to tell me you're 26 and she's 16, and that's what you got? That's what you got to go after? I gotta see how this guy look, man. But it seems like he hit her with the finesse. What he tried to do was like slowly introduce her, like softly introduce her.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
And he knows, being that she's young and she
gonna fall
actually
for
wants to be with him, 9 times out of 10, she's just gonna agree with it. Like she's gonna go with it. I guess. I don't know, but she's young. She don't know any better.
She don't know no better.
Let's get into the next part, man.
So I'm guessing at the same time, Kate was putting 2 and 2 together and realized that him and I were sleeping together.
Both of y'all some
She had been
dumbasses.
going through his phones, reading our messages to an extent. So I'm assuming she kind of put 2 and 2 together. Might I add that Kate is around the same age or a little bit older than Kane. And Kate has a son and a daughter. I can't say that Kate knew that he was sleeping with me while I was underage, but it was apparent.
Where the hell is your parents at? Like, I know you, like, your parents didn't step in, bro. Like, I am so confused. Like, I told you I would have been in jail. I would have been in jail. Like, there's no way. Alex said it would have been for child abuse and murder. like, and your parents were just allowing this, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie. This sound like, I ain't gonna say it. We gonna keep it pushing, bro.
It was there.
Sound like.
The evidence was there.
Alright, so yeah. You know what it is? Kate, she probably in her head like, nah, he can't be messing with this. Because sometimes people be in denial.
She young
Like,
and she just young.
Like, he wouldn't mess with no damn young girl. I ain't even tripping over that. She probably just
Exactly.
his cousin,
He thought
or even if she is, like, to be honest with you, I wouldn't know. Because the first thing I would ask is, who's that? Even any guy that bring a girl around and I'm there, I gotta make sure I know. If she look young, I gotta ask.
Oh man, you got to, cousin? Bro. I'm telling on that
sister,
nigga.
That's your whoever.
You feel me?
If you got her around and she's young and she's underage,
I'm telling on you.
And we're around her, she's liable if she get mad at you or whatever to say anything.
Anything.
And you got people that's gonna think things as well. You got people that's gonna be, well, what is he doing with what are they doing together? Them two guys, what are they doing together? Nah, I can't.
I'm telling.
At this point, Kane has already said that it's either both of us or neither one of us is going to be in a relationship with him. Kane had took me to look at a property 2 hours away from where we lived. Come to find out, Kane was looking into purchasing this property so that I could move in and that Kate could move in and he could force us into a polyamorous
relationship. Yup.
He told Kate that she would be moving in with her kids, and he told me that after I had my baby, I would be moving in with my kids. But he didn't tell us that the other party would be living there. So I wake up
the other party.
The other party? Who's the other
party?
Yeah,
the other party.
One day, and I have a message from Kate on Instagram. Anyways, so now me, 17 years old, I have beef with a grown-ass woman because her and I are sleeping with the same guy. I don't know whether she was trying to be my friend to get information out of me or what exactly she was doing, but because she was older than me and had kids, she was trying to give me advice on parenting and mothering and saying that she wanted to be there for me.
Where the hell is your parents
Kane
at?
cared about me, just on some really weird. I have beef with this grown woman. And the end months of my pregnancy were filled with that. So the baby is born, I have my baby, and everybody starts to notice that the baby does not look like Kane.
Oh, Lord.
I heard her thotting.
Oh,
she out here thotting.
Lord. So I'm assuming that everybody realized that the baby
Baby
don't
ain't
look like
like
Cain.
Cain,
Because
you
remember,
feel me?
she said, I ran away and had a baby. Remember in the beginning, she said she ran away to be with Cain, but she had a baby that wasn't Cain's. So now they're trying to have a poly relationship. He's trying to move her into the crib. Kate is trying to give her advice because that she thinks that it's Cain's baby. Come to find out, it's not
Cain's baby. Little girl with thigh.
But without further ado, here is part 3.
Oh my gosh.
At that point in my life, I was going through a lot of. I had already knew that 9 times out of 10 the baby was not Cain's because of what happened to me. But
What
I
happened
didn't
to
want
you?
to
You
accept
ran
it.
away.
I didn't want to accept what happened to me or accept the fact that I was carrying that person's child. So Cain and I decided to do a DNA test. The DNA test obviously came back that the baby was not Cain's, but Cain decided that he was going to be
He's gonna be a weird nigga and take care of the baby.
and raise the child as his own.
Oh, wow.
This was after I was honest with Cain about how the baby was created.
Trying to tell you, there's a lot of weirdos niggas out there, bro. Yeah, better be
and
safe out there.
telling me not to go looking for this person. Now, within our relationship, there were points where I just couldn't take it anymore, and we did end up separating. And on those breaks, I did have relationships. I was
Hey,
in a relationship
fellas.
with somebody.
Let me tell y'all right now. them breaks.
Or forward
And,
thought.
you know, she's young, right? She's young, but all I'm saying is, even as an adult, or clearly you can see
You feel me? A
even
break.
as a child,
We ain't together. We
them
breaking up.
breaks, when y'all let them women go on them breaks and y'all think y'all gonna come back and nah.
Nope.
Them breaks don't do it. You either listen, we either broken up and that's
You feel
it.
me? Yeah.
Because
Ain't
you
no
gonna be
break.
mad when you hear that on that break, she was giving Ray the guac 3000. But guess what? You can't be mad because y'all was on the break.
You feel me?
So technically, she's not wrong because y'all wasn't together. However, you knew the whole time that you wanted her back, and she knew that she wanted you back. Y'all was just on a break to do whatever y'all was gonna.
You feel me? Like he said, we either broken up or we gonna either be together or not be together. But ain't no break. We broken up. Ain't no break. Ain't no type of what the hell is a break? You feel me? Like no, we're not gonna be together. Like I said, then she out here talking about she had a relationship. Nah, sure, you was out here thotting. Like it's just disgusting, bro. Like it's just disgusting, man.
Do. And
Motherfuckers ain't got no morals no more, bro.
And after that person, and
I just wonder what the hell her parents
things
was
ended
doing,
up
bro.
happening with my family.
That's what's pissing me
and
off
Cain
the most.
decided that I was going to move in with him.
This nigga still
I'm not
been.
going to go into detail about what exactly happened with my family, but some things transpired and I could no longer stay with my mother and I could no longer stay with my father.
I wouldn't know.
I wonder,
I was
right?
already living with Kate at this
Was she being
And
touched or something?
When everything transpired, I called Kate and I told
that's
her
a great-
about the incident that had just happened while I was at my father's house. And Kate came in the middle of the night and
What the fuck
Kate
is she
picked
doing
me
to her
up.
head?
And from that point forward, I was living with Cain and Kate and her 2 children.
I know she putting a
I
wig,
went
but
and
like,
got my things from the place that I was previously staying at and moved it to Cain and Kate's home. My family was not in agreement with it. My family did not.
I know they not, cause I
At that
didn't.
point, there was nothing that they could really do. So the relationship that I had with my father, the small relationship that I had with my father, dwindled away before it could even prosper.
Hey,
Did not really want.
I don't
to
blame
be
the
in a
pops either,
polyamorous
for real, for real.
relationship. I cared about Kate not in a sexual way, but as a sister, and I wanted to see her prosper and I wanted to see her thrive, and I started caring about her because Cain cared about her. So at that point, again,
Wow.
so it's just a lot of weird
So,
shit going
do y'all
on.
Do y'all see like the manipulation?
Yeah,
You
she
see what I'm
been-
saying? Like, cause once again, she's young. If you remember
Damn
in
doofus.
the other video, she said that Kate contacted her because Cain cared about her.
Her.
Now she's saying she cared about Kate, because
Cain cared about her.
Kate. You see, it's once again that manipulation stuff. It's crazy.
whether he was with both of us or he was with neither one of us. So Kate decided that, again, she was going to be in a polyamorous relationship and make it seem like she cared about me. and I went for it.
You did, because you was young.
Now, this is when she takes a turn. Everything was good for the first few weeks of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But slowly but surely, Kate started to do things to try to turn Kane against me.
Yeah.
And me being completely oblivious to the fact that Kate did not really care about me, that she just wanted Kane.
I'm saying she been oblivious. Like, bro, she young, like, young and dumb and naive, bro. I was thinking this shit real. This shit, well, it was real, but it ain't real, bro. They over here manipulating you, bro. Like I said, her, I guess her relationship with her parents just was squandered already at that point. But like, there's no way in hell I'm not. I don't care, bro. I can't do it, bro. Ain't my kid, ain't my daughter ain't gonna be out here doing no shit like this. I swear, like,
she was pretending to care about me.
You feel me? Nigga sick, bro.
I didn't see it until it was too late. And throughout this time, Kate's children and I started to form a bond, and I started to care about them as if they were my own children.
What the hell?
My son had been sick several times prior to me moving in with them, and they were all things that were from a certain demographic that I was not. So I could not understand what was happening to him, and as a mother wanting answers, I decided that I was going to at least try to look for this person that got me pregnant. But nothing ever came of it until one day.
So the little boy must be mixed with something, because she said a certain demographic. So whatever the demographic is that got this certain type of sickness, I don't know with that. Like I said, look, I ain't gonna say no more. I'm gonna let her live.
And I saw him going into a parole office.
Wow.
I followed him in, but I
tried to confront him.
And I thought that was the end of it. What? So my dad and I decided to hire a private investigator to investigate this person. And turns out this person was a registered sex offender with several priors. And
wow.
I was not the only person that he had done this to. So now...
What the hell? It makes sense.
So basically, the baby that she conceived with this man was through...
The rape, yeah.
The R word.
Yeah, the R word.
Can't say
yeah,
it,
the R word.
It was through, like, forcible sex.
Oh.
That's what that was about. Okay. Now, it all makes sense. It all makes sense.
Now, the illusion that I had created in my head about... oh, I was the only person, I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, had disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Kane did not like this at all. Kane did not like the idea of me going out to look for this person. Kane did not like the idea of me trying to replace him as my son's father. And even though I reassured him multiple
times
that
weirdo.
That was not
I ain't
what I
gonna
was
lie.
trying to do, he still felt that way. And I'm pretty sure Kate was in his ear telling him something along those lines as well, because Kane had the same problem with Kate and wanting her kids' biological fathers in their lives.
So basically,
without further ado,
what Kane was doing, Kane wanted to play, I don't know.
That nigga being a weird
wanted to
nigga.
Be a father.
Yeah, he wanted to be
I
a
guess
father.
he didn't want to get them pregnant, but he wanted to be a father. But what man in their right mind wouldn't want the kids, if you care about them, to find their biological father? But once again, he's
a weirdo.
Manipulation games, and Kate is weird too. Look what somebody said. That's crazy. Kate was weird too. You know what Kate was? Kate was what we call an enabler.
Yeah.
Right? Because she was old enough, but then she also knows that she was young, and
allow him to do that.
Damn, Kane loves this girl, so I can't get rid of her. However, while she's here, I'ma manipulate the situation.
Yep.
Right? I'ma try to make him hate her, and I get all the attention. Like that's how that polygamy stuff. I don't know.
That's how that stuff
works. But you got to think that at some point there's a little bit of envy and jealousy going around, you know, between the girls, because that's what happens.
I don't know how motherfuckers be doing it, but they be doing it though. I don't know. Like I said, I don't promote it. I don't care to do it, but like motherfuckers be living that life. Like I said, shout out to them, I guess. I don't know.
Let's get into the next part.
I just woke up and getting ready for work.
Oh my god, she got another damn wig on.
The father has to be on child support in order for the mother to.
Or is that her real hair?
That's the trap too that they do. That's that, and women fall for it every time. That's how they defy that. That's how they divide the family.
On me, that's how they divide the family.
Because they say
they been doing it.
First of all, y'all know America's never going to give you something without taking
it. Yep.
They tell you, yeah, we'll give you government assistance, but then he has to be on child support. So while you think they're giving you something, they're really not, because they're taking it from him.
Yep.
And what that does is divide the family. That's what they've been doing in our culture for the longest.
Been doing it for years.
High school dropout, I needed government assistance, so I applied for it. But some of the programs that I applied for, the father had to be on child support. So I made an application to put a person that I had never met before
on child support.
Kane expressed that he didn't like it and that I didn't need to put him on child support. I tried to cancel it, but
it was too late.
Already picked the case up, so there was nothing that I could do at that point.
Young and dumb again.
That's a key factor, so keep that in mind. Now, throughout this time in our relationship, Kane and I were not doing well, and my mental health was not doing well.
And I'm sure.
My mental was not doing well because I had to face yet again that this incident actually happened to me, that I wasn't the only person that it happened to, and that maybe if I had spoken up sooner, the things that happened to this girl wouldn't have happened. And at this time, Kay started to notice that Kane and I's relationship was not that well. And
when she started,
came into
she started putting in motion,
I don't remember exactly the things.
And that's when Kay started doing more shit to, break them apart.
That she used to do, because there were a lot of things. But I do remember that they endangered my son. Sick a lot. And when he would get sick, he would throw up profusely. He wouldn't be able to lay on his back because if he threw up, he'd choke. Both pissed off at me about something, and they moved to a different room. They moved her two kids and themselves to another room, left my son in his crib, and
Damn.
on his back. When I came home, he had throw up all over him, and I was pissed. Because they were angry at me, they decided to endanger my son's life. Anything could have happened. He could have throw up, etc. The events transpired that led her to feeling like I was trying to hurt her, that I was trying to kill her.
And that's another thing. Shorty started doing weird shit. Like I said, I would have, like I said, if I was a shorty right here, I would have went to jail too. Might as well go ahead and go. I would have been. You are endangering my son because you mad at me? It's crazy work. You feel me? Like, it's crazy work. Like, but this whole situation is weird as hell. Like,
that I was trying to take her out. When indeed the only person I was trying to take out was myself, because at that point I felt like
she was trying to commit that.
I felt like my parents would be better off without me.
She was trying to commit the S word.
Damn.
Kane and I are on bad terms at this point. Kate and I are on bad terms at this point. And
bad terms.
I want to delete myself. I decide that I don't want to do this anymore. So I
Damn, she went on to lie herself. It's crazy.
All of the opioids that we have, which was codeine. I think that's opioid. I'm not fucking sure. But my body did not react to it in the way that Kate thought it should react to it.
So she could don't?
This prior, and I was a pill popper. So like, when I tried to do it, I would do it by trying to take pills. My body did not have a reaction to it. I didn't throw up. The only thing that happened was me getting extremely dizzy.
Yeah.
At that point, Kane had called my stepmom and my dad over, and they were all trying to get me to throw up. They were all trying to get me to pretty much get the medicine out of my system, but it would not come up. The next day after everything happened, Kane and I went on a really long car drive to talk about why I felt the way that I felt. And before we left, Kate had pulled us both to the side and said she felt like I tried offing myself to get attention from Kane and to take the attention away from her. She said she felt like I really didn't feel the way that I felt, and that everything was for attention.
Oh, so see, let me tell you,
jealousy.
Everybody want this polygamy,
you feel
this and that, but the ends of it, the part that you don't see is this: the jealousy in it, the crazy stuff you got to go through with the women. It's a lot that you got to endure.
You feel me? Women
you want something just because you see, the girls, the multiple this and the sex. Just understand, this is the part that people do not
I understand.
See.
You feel me?
Crazy.
The women, bro. Women get jealous, bro.
I was so horny at this point, so nothing that I did was for attention. It was simply because I felt like my kid would be better off without me, and that my family would be better off without me.
Damn.
I I ended up going to the hospital and getting the help that I needed. And while I was there, Kane told me that Kate said I wouldn't be able to come back into their lives because she feared for her children's lives, which was crazy. I had gotten out of the hospital. Kane and Kate had already brought all of my things, well, almost
Damn, they kicked her out the spot?
My father's house, and that's where I began to live for a little bit. And that
Kate seen the opportunity to get
her
her
out the way, yep.
by saying, well, I feel like she's a danger to my kids. I feel like she can't be around the kids. I feel like she can't be around us. She might do harm to us. She manipulated the situation
again.
Right? So it was just one big web of manipulation going.
Have a relationship with me and not have a relationship with her, but that didn't work out. I ended up going to another state to go to college. I ended up going to Mississippi to go to college, and while I was in Mississippi, Kane had told me that he had got Kate pregnant. So with Kate being pregnant, I decided that I was going to move on with my life. I decided to get married and start trying to join the military.
Get married to who?
Now, me joining the military did not.
She keep trying to show that ring off.
You feel me?
Congratulations to her though. She seemed like, you know, she been through a lot, but she definitely trying to show that ring off.
Back to Texas because we joined the military in Mississippi. Just wasn't working out in between the processing and the recruiters. It just wasn't working out. So when I got back to Texas, a day before I had signed my contract, I went to him and said, hey, if you want to be with me, if you love me, I need you to make a decision because I'm about to leave, and once I sign this contract, that's over and done with. And he told me he needed time to think about it. That was enough for me. I decided the next day that
so get up and go. You feel me? Do your thing, shorty.
My contract, I had a going away dinner. He did not come, obviously, because I didn't want him there. And then I went to basic training. And throughout basic training, he had tried to send me letters, but I never got them because the person he had got the address from, he got the address wrong. And I'm grateful for that because if he had
you would probably try to go back.
he would have talked me back into being with him.
Now, you know what's crazy, y'all? They say everything happens for a reason. If you realize how she got to the military and was able to get away from him, that was God. Right?
Good,
because, look, she said she went to him. She even went as far as going to him and seeing what he said. She said based on his answer,
that made her she was signing the contract.
She was gonna leave or not. He didn't have an answer. She said that was enough for her. All right, boom, she left. She had the dinner, and he still didn't come. I'm pretty sure if he would have asked her, or he would have came, or bro. God said, nah, she don't need this disturbance. She been through enough. Let her be. And now look.
And I decided to move on with my life, and now the new challenge in my life was figuring out a way to get full custody of my son because the state of Texas had gave the person that assaulted me some visitation rights and divorcing my now ex-husband.
Damn.
I do not talk to Kane anymore. I definitely don't talk to Kate anymore. The whole situation was weird and fucked up.
Yeah.
They do have a child together. As I stated, she did end up getting pregnant. But that's not my business. I don't talk to them. I don't have anything to do with them. Kane used to check on me every now and then, but now it's non-existent.
Alright, so that's pretty much it, y'all.
That's crazy, bro. Like I said, that whole little situation is weird, bro. Like I said, it's a lot of weird men out there. Like I said, I see why women be saying that because weird niggas be doing some weird stuff. And like I said, bro, y'all just gotta be safe out there, bro. Protect y'all daughters, bro. Watch and see what your kids. I'm not but your kids, period. But protect your daughters, bro. Cause like I said, there's men out there that will try. And like I said, I would have been in handcuffs in the back of the police car. You feel me? But like I said, this is like this. I'm doing this to show you like it's a lot of weird shit going on out here that we just be oblivious to. But like I said, man, shout out to her for getting her life together. You know, she trying to do better and everything. Like I said, y'all be safe out there. Like I said, y'all hit that like and subscribe button for me, man. Like I said, let's keep pushing these videos out for me, man. Get them in the algorithm so I can, continue to grow. And I appreciate y'all. Thank you.